Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so you can check us out there. My name is Matt, and as always, I am being joined by my sister, Vetta.
Hi,
Hey. And on this episode, you guys, it's sadly the end of season 4, so we're going to be doing our recap episode, but don't worry, you guys, we're going to come back for season 5. It's going to be great, but we're going to just recap season 4 and everything. So we have a slew of questions that we always talk about and everything. But first and foremost, the most important question that we always ask ourselves is, Vetta, what are you drinking for tonight?
I am drinking a rum and coke in my fancy little eco-friendly trendy cup, glass
Nice.
straw, everything. It's delicious.
Nice.
I love these things. They're so great. I'm always afraid I'm going to break them though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just went with an oldie but a goodie because,
Yeah.
it's the end of the season and we make so many fancy drinks and I'm like, let's go with
Yeah.
the good old.
Why change it up when you can go with a classic, you know?
Mhm.
Oh, well, I'm going with the classic too with a glass of wine. Look at
Wine.
me. Yeah, look at me and everything.
Never would have guessed it.
Never would have guessed it. All right, why don't we get to our questions to recap this season? I think you're going to go and ask the first question, correct?
Yes.
Great, go ahead.
So my first question for you is, what was your favorite movie from this season?
So I have to say, for me personally, it was Easy A. I love this movie. I love Emma Stone. That's probably why it's this movie, but I love Emma Stone. So I picked this movie, and I love this movie anyways, because it's so good. Yeah. What was your favorite movie?
So I went from the same month, our makeover month, but I went
Mhm.
with Can't Buy Me Love.
Oh, I love Can't Buy Me
I love it
Love.
so much. And it's
Yeah.
just one of those where it's like, even though they picked Patrick Dempsey, he really wasn't, super ugly and geeky. You could
Right.
tell he
Right.
was
Yeah.
gonna be,
Yeah.
just like
Although,
in all those other makeover movies, they're gonna be hot.
oh,
So,
for sure. Yeah,
and look
except
what
he
he became McDreamy.
He is
So
McDreamy. Yeah, except he wore that stupid beret the whole movie. And I was like, yeah, take that stupid freaking thing off.
even once he became popular, his fashion sense did not improve. Remember, he had the slick back hair
Yeah, yeah,
with like the
yeah.
iridescent suit jacket
Yeah,
on.
yeah. What was that? Was that a thing back
That
then?
was
Were
like an
people
80s
wearing
like
that?
porn star going to the adult video movie awards
Nice.
outfit.
Nice.
Because he had
Yeah.
the sunglasses too. It
Yeah,
was
that was so weird. But
absurd.
at the same time, it's like, it was fun. I love that movie.
It
Yeah, no, it's a good
reminded me of
choice.
like that. Remember, like back in the 90s, there was like a video game that was like the first like mainstream adult video game, and it was called like now I'm gonna forget, like Leisure Suit Larry or
Oh
something
my
like
God. Now that you say that, I remember that. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
that's
no,
what
I
it
remember that
reminds me of
now.
in that.
That's so funny that you say that because now that you say that, I agree. I agree. All right, I'm going to ask my first question, you little hooker. And that is, what was your least favorite movie for season 4?
Mostly because it was so predictable and made so bad. Imaginary Friend.
Oh my God, I was this close to picking it. I was this close to picking it, but I chose hide and seek just because like hide and seek was so bad that I was just like, oh, I don't want to watch this movie because I remember from the first time I watched it, but I was like, let's get this over with. Imaginary Friend, at least in the middle of it, I was just like, this is ridiculous, but I'm here for it. you
Yeah.
know?
But at least with hide and seek, they could act. It wasn't like you had like Hallmark Channel or Lifetime Channel
Oh, what are you talking
actors.
about? They were extraordinarily bad in Imaginary Friends. So I loved it. I loved it. It was great. I just love the twist. I love the twist. And then I love the second twist, and then the third twist was great. That was great. That was like a twisty twist.
Right? That was like just when you thought the twist was shown, they were like, nope,
Mhm.
we've got
Yeah, we
more.
got more, you guys. And you're just like, wow, writing. Great.
All
What's your
right.
next
So
question?
my next question is what was your favorite drink that you had from this season?
Okay. Okay. It's not necessarily one specific drink, but you and your husband had bought me this box of wine, like these little bottles of wine. And it was just really fun to like pick and choose, like, because they were from different countries and stuff.
Mhm.
So it was just really fun to pick which one I was going to drink for that episode or whatnot, if I drink wine. So it was just really fun. And I really liked that a lot. So I wouldn't say like, it was a specific drink, but it was just this big box of wine, you know? I really
I'm going to tell you the great story of that. So that's
tell me.
actually a wine advent calendar.
Yeah.
And it was being sold at our local liquor store and it was on clearance. And
oh, yeah, that's the best time to get it.
So we bought it and we shipped it to you because we were like, well, he'll get like maybe a glass, maybe two out of each one of these bottles. He'll love it. And maybe he'll find a wine he really loves.
Yeah, no, I did. It was great. I loved it. It was so good. Yeah. That's what was your favorite drink from the season?
Mine was the
Was it a box of wine too?
No, it wasn't a box of wine. You'll never hear me say now boxed wine.
Boxed wine. Oh, yeah.
That's a different story.
Yeah, that's a different story.
In my high school years, box wine and then Boone's Farm.
Oh, Boone's Farm. Oh my goodness.
I know, I'm just bringing all these things out.
Box wine. I love, and I've done this before on the channel, but like you get that colostomy bag at the end where you're just trying, you're like, squeeze it, Matthew, squeeze. You're trying to squeeze out every drop. You're like breaking open that box to get every little, you're like, tip it, Matthew, to get every little from the spigot. You're like, tip the spigot.
Yep.
All right. So what was your drink? Sorry.
From John Tucker Must Die, I made that Kodiak Island drink.
Oh, yeah.
That was really good.
I should make that. That looked delicious.
It was really good. So that one was my favorite.
Right on. All right. So my next question for you is, and for me is, what was your favorite moment from season 4?
So it happened at the beginning of the season, but it was our bonus episode of the Not So Newlywed Game.
Oh my God, that was mine too.
I just liked it. Fun.
Yeah, I just liked it because we brought in one of our brothers, and
your twin.
My twin, yes. And it's so funny because he doesn't drink, and it's like so interesting how it's like I'll drink until I pass out, and he's just like, no, I'm good and everything. Yeah. So
well, you're twins, but he's letting you have all the fun and drink.
Yeah, for sure. So if I ever need a liver, I'll just take half of his, Yeah,
because it'll grow back, The liver's the one organ that'll regenerate itself. So, yeah. But I really liked that too, because even though we both, at least for me, I'm coming up in July of this year, I will have been married 23 years. So
I'm going to be married for 10 in July.
Yeah. So my whole thing is, we've been married. We're not newlyweds, which is why we called it the Not So Newlywed Game. We did not match. I think the only reason I won is because I got 2 right.
You got 2. I got 1. But I feel like our spouses should have known us a little bit better than they did. Like I feel like
putting all the blame on them.
Exactly.
I'm succeeding in this marriage. Like
I remember the other one. Exactly. I remember one of the questions is like, what is their most famous phrase? And mine is like, so right on. Oh, right on. I say right on for everything. And so, but
in a conversation with you, if I'm talking, you'll be like, oh, right on. Yeah.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, exactly. All right. All right. You have the next question.
What is your favorite part of the podcast?
Oh, the answer to this. We get to drink and hang out together, and because we live in different states, and we just get to talk about movies, but then sometimes we bring up fun stuff like Leisure Tote Larry. What was his name? Leisure Lounge Larry.
Leisure
Larry. Yes, Legion Larry. Anyway, so
and I'm going to bring up something real quick. So on YouTube, in one of our comments from one of our reviews, it said, it really took you an hour to review this movie. That just seems like a waste of time. And I'm like, well, clearly you didn't listen to the episode.
Right, exactly.
Because we don't just review. There's shenanigans and alcohol
right,
involved.
There's a good time involved. Yeah. I remember reading that too. But yeah.
And I was like, you didn't watch. You did not
And
watch. Don't leave comments if you don't watch. That's rude.
and I'm sorry, I disagree. That movie, we needed an hour to discuss. I have questions and thoughts.
Right.
So incorrect assumption, motherfucker. Anyways,
again, left a review without listening
yeah,
to the episode. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Rude.
don't do that. Don't do rude manners. People learn them. All right. So my next question for you. Okay, what was the most challenging part about season 4 for you?
Scheduling.
Yeah,
Scheduling seemed to be the hardest this season, and I'm not sure why. Because I mean, well, yes, I am. We're no longer in COVID. And so we were returning to regular life. So there were different things going on. That, and then getting people, like, we have the numbers. You guys are listening.
Yeah.
And you're returning to listen, like, because it tells us if it's a new.
Yeah, that's the thing about our analytics. It's like most of our listeners are people that are not subscribed, and it's like, you guys,
and they're returning because
it
breaks them down first time listener.
Yeah, and it doesn't cost you anything to hit that subscribe button and the like button, guys. So
this isn't our Patreon channel. You're not paying for this.
Just do it now, you guys. Just hit the like button and then hit the subscribe button, and it'll cost you
or hit the subscribe and then the like. We're
not picky on the order. My answer to this question was kind of like yours. With scheduling, but it's almost impossible now to get guests. Like, I mean, it's like to get a hold of somebody and be like, hey, well, you want to be a guest on our podcast? And then, like, some people are just nervous, but then some people, it's just like, it's like impossible to like just like settle them down and to sit down for one night to talk about a movie.
Well, and I think it's because of your work schedule and then just my life schedule, the stage of life that I'm in. And I think it's also because we record on a Saturday night. Most people have lives and do real stuff on Saturdays. That's every other day of the week for me. This is like my one, so I think those are the two biggest things at this point.
I agree. Yeah, that's definitely a solid.
Okay, so my next question for you is, what are your goals for season 5?
Okay, so it has to do with the guest situation, but I would like to do more collabs with other podcasts, like maybe get a hold of some other people that are smaller podcasts and maybe just do some collaborations with them.
I would like that too. I'd like to get people to hit the subscribe button. That was my answer, but I like what you said. I think we should look into other people who drink while they do their podcast, whether they do I mean, we'll never get anyone from the true crime world because those podcasts blow up really big because every stay-at-home mom or mom
and
that
they're serious,
kids around.
Like, who wants to listen to a drunk talk about murder?
Oh, I listened to one.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, one drinks wine. Every day she's got a bottle of wine.
Oh, gotcha. It sounds like my kind of girl. Oh, yeah. Sounds like my kind of girl. A wine and milkshake? What?
Well, one doesn't drink. So, so she always has a milkshake or some kind of fun drink. But yeah, but I'm like, there are other ones out there where people drink. So I'm like, maybe we should see if other drunk people, because I feel like another person who drinks the alcohol on a Saturday night, that was going to be their plan anyways, to have some alcohol. So talking about a movie might be fun.
Yeah, no, I agree. That sounds like a good idea. I just I just like the thought of maybe getting other podcasts and just like doing collaborations with them and just like, sitting down and talking to them and just seeing like what they would like to seeing if they would like to maybe review a movie with us, because there's like a million podcasts out there that
yeah, and I think getting other podcasters would be a little better because they know exactly what to expect and they won't be so hesitant, because I think that's the problem with our regular guests is they think that this is something to be fearful of.
Oh, right on. Yeah, because you know how many times I've asked somebody if like, hey, you want to be a guest on our podcast? And they're just like, I don't know. I'm just like really nervous. And I'm like, no, you're going to be great. I'm like, it's just a conversation. And they're just like, I don't know. And you're just like, you know what? Never mind. I'm sorry I asked.
Yeah. And I've even told people, because they're like, but you're on YouTube. I'm like, we can put a screen. We can give you like a filter. You can be a talking moose or a cat, for Pete's sakes. You don't have to be you.
Yeah, exactly. That exactly. So it's just, it's a little, sometimes it's a little annoying, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
For sure.
For sure.
You're up.
Oh, okay. Am I
Yep.
up?
It's your personal question,
Okay, gotcha.
not the
Sorry.
general
I
we
thought
answer
I didn't
every
run.
season.
Okay. So we are going to move over. So we have some questions about this season. Just some personal questions and everything. I'm going to go first with my question, and that is okay, so what movie villain would you like to be a part of their plan slash scheme?
Oh,
Like,
yeah. No, I have an answer for this, and it would totally be Jigsaw.
oh my goodness. Look at you little freak.
Yeah, I love those movies. Like the older ones, like the first couple are really good, and then eventually they just get silly. But even though they're silly, the thought that went into making those like puzzle torture devices, like I could do that. Like,
um
the head in the box and she's got to search for the key, but it's like in a lady's stomach.
oh, it would do what? Okay, so but here's a question for you. If you were involved in that franchise and everything, would you have picked somebody that you knew that didn't have, like, you're like, I don't want them to learn a lesson, I just want them to die? Like, because I'm all like, if I was in that, I'd just be like, I just pick, how people are always like, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I'm like, I would. I want my
Oh,
enemy to die. I wish all the bad things on them. So
I would
yeah,
be
I'm
like,
picking my
here
enemy.
is a list. Here are 3 pieces of paper, Mr. Jigsaw. They all deserve it.
Yeah,
Pick one.
exactly. Like I would just like, I'd pick like somebody that I just absolutely do not like, and I'd be like, this is who I want you to do
Nope,
it.
I want plausible deniability. He picked the person. I might have wrote their name on a piece of paper, but he picked them.
Right on, right on. So that's so fun. That's so
What
good.
about you?
Well, that was my question. Oh my gosh, my answer. You meant my answer. Okay. So my answer is I would want to be Hans Gruber from Die Hard. I was just like, this is such a fun thing. Let's blow up this Marasaki building. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but I'm like, let's just blow this sucker up. I don't want to fall though and be all like,
You don't want
like at the end. But I love that movie, and I love Hans Gruber because it's played by Alan Rickman. And I love him.
Yeah, we went different ways on that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. I went traditional and you went crazy. So, look at that. I think it says more about you than it does me.
I love horror films.
Right on.
Sorry.
Yeah, right on. Hey, listen, no judgment. No, a little bit of judgment. A little bit of judgment. So, all right,
Or a lot of it.
what's your first question, Hooker?
My first question is in season 5, should we, because this season it was just you, but I'm wondering if I shouldn't join in on it. Should we start dressing up more in theme with the movie? Because you did that with a couple wigs and hats and, outfits and things like that.
True.
So, kind of like with the drinks, we do themed drinks. Should we maybe start doing, and I'm not saying for everyone, but not go out and buy things and be all crazy, but if
Right.
you got a wig laying around the house or, a hat that fits.
Yeah, I would listen. I think it's a fun gag, but it's not necessary. Like, if you don't want to, but if you do it, I'm down. I'm down with the sickness. So I'm not gonna judge because it's fun. But if you don't do it, it's fine. It's fine. What about you? You think we should do it?
Kind of like you, I think when it goes, because there are some movies, I mean, think of like Imaginary Friends. How would I have dressed up for that? Or you put on a black a cocktail dress. I mean,
Right.
some
Yeah,
of them it just
exactly.
doesn't fit in.
True.
So
Yeah, we'll just keep it to where, like, if you want to do it, but if you don't, and
I have a
everything.
brand new purple wig that I bought because I cut my hair
Oh,
short, so it's really long. So I do need to figure out a movie that I can throw that son of a bee on. And
I say you just do it anyways. Just you should have worn it for this. You should have just worn it for this. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna move on to my next question. I mean, okay. What movie character would you like to have dinner with?
okay, so I thought about this one long and hard. And the minute these people, because it is two, but
That's
one
fine.
comes with the other. You can't have
Right.
one without the other. Well, I mean, you could, but you'll see why I say you would have to now. But
Right on.
anyways,
It's totally cool.
you'll be very proud. My choice is Fred and George Weasley.
Oh, yeah. All right. Why would you pick Fred and George Weasley?
You cannot tell me that you would not be laughing and having a good time the
Oh,
whole time.
absolutely. Absolutely.
They
Yeah.
have so much. I mean, they end up owning a magic and joke and candy shop for Pete's sakes. Who doesn't have a good time with that? I mean,
Absolutely.
and as they get older and they had kids and stuff, you can't tell me that well, just one. Sorry. My bad. You can't tell me that it's not a good time in the Weasley household. Dad's playing practical jokes. Could you imagine if you were the first date situation? I mean,
Yeah,
they would be a
no.
hoot.
They would be a hoot. I love the Weasley twins, so and I am a twin, so it'd be fun. All right, so mine was a little more sinister. I would want to have dinner with Kaiser Sose from The Usual Suspects.
Yeah.
I'd be just because I have questions. I'd be like, okay, so when killing off an entire person and their whole, everybody they knew, what goes into that? Like, do you have to, go through their Facebook people and their
Right? That
social
sounds like a lot of
media?
research.
I'm just like, how much does that cost to find out everyone that they knew? I mean, like, do you kill all their high school classmates? I'm
And
like,
the travel expenses.
exactly. So I'm all like, tell me how it goes down. And then I just be like, I'm listening. So,
What do you do when your flight gets canceled and now their whole routine's a different day?
yeah, it's crazy. I was like, I was just like, they were like, he erases you from like anybody that ever knew you. And I'm all like, how does this happen? How does this work? I don't get it. So that's who I would have dinner with, but it'd be more like an interrogation with cocktails, So
The cocktails and abs.
yeah, exactly. All right. What's your next question?
So my next question is, what movie after the fact do you wish you would have picked to do and what month theme for? So like,
Right. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay. So the theme of the month was the imaginary friend one. And the movie is called Dash Cam. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm trying to fix it in. So it's like, okay, there's like some kind of imaginary friend, and then this woman meets this other woman, but she's got like a demon in her or something like that. I don't know, but there's like some kind of imaginary friend thing going on. But I was all like, yes, please. I was like, I'm interested in all, like a friend was describing it to me the other day, and I'm just like, I'm all interested in all this crazy going on. And I think it's on Shudder. So I was like,
it is,
I was like, I think I still
it.
have that. So I think I was like, I'm gonna write this down and I'm gonna try to hook this into a theme at some point in time for season 5, or if not season 6. But I was like, I want to watch this craziness. So
Yeah, no, it is totally on my Shudder to watch list
right
because
on.
I'm here for all of those like B and C list. Some are D, some are way down the alphabet list horror films.
But sometimes those are the best ones.
Oh, they make me so happy. Sometimes I look for movies and I pick what their rating is. I'm like, all right, tonight, if it's over 2 stars, I can't watch it. And my husband will walk in and he'll be like doing stuff in the bedroom, and all of a sudden he'll turn around and go, what the fuck are you watching? Or he'll say, you watch the weirdest shit.
Right. I've had that happen before too. All right. What was your answer for that question?
So mine was in the makeover.
Oh, yay.
Month.
Yay, what movie?
Yeah, and I went with, I kind of wish I loved the movie that I picked because that was your themed month, and I picked She's Out of Control.
Right, yeah. Movie. Oh, yeah, we had so much fun. We had so much fun.
But I also was like, it would have been really great to do like She's All That.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because then we could have talked about how they remade it.
Then
I'm like, we can maybe work it in another time because they remade it from where it's the boy getting the makeover.
Yeah,
just like we could Can't Buy Me Love and everything. Yeah, because it's more recent, obviously, than She's Out of Control, but I did like it. So it was kind of one of
Yeah,
those where I was like torn. I was like, well, it wasn't my month, so I only got one
I
movie.
totally get it. I get it. But that's a good pick. That's a good
Yeah.
pick. Yeah. All right. What are my last question? Okay, so my last question for you is, okay, what character slash actor would you like to play in a movie?
Okay, so this is funny because I know we both like this movie. So mine would be in the movie Bridesmaid.
Oh
I would
yeah.
love to be Annie, Kristen Wiig's character, mostly because um the airplane scene is
Oh
like
yeah.
my favorite.
I'm
I
ready
love
to
that. I'm
party.
ready to party. Or when she's at the bridal shower and she's all like, yeah, and I go and bleach my asshole. And
Yeah, I love
and
that
then she's
movie.
yeah, she's
Ah,
like,
you're
I've
shitting in the
got a
street.
bleached asshole. And she's like, yeah, so do I. I love it. And
Yeah.
she tries to break the giant cookie, but
Giant
can't get
cookie,
it.
yeah. And then she like puts her hand in that chocolate fountain. She's like, it's hot, it's hot.
She's walking, or when she's driving in, they hand her the lemonade and she
Oh
takes a
yeah,
sip. She's like, damn, that's
that's
good.
good. I do that all the time when I drink an alcohol. Like my wife, she made a drink tonight and it was one of those fruity cocktails, and I was like, that's good, that's good.
Yeah.
I was like, that's good, I like that.
She's just so funny. And I'm like, if I ever were to be in a movie, I wouldn't want to be in a drama. I just feel like life in general is too serious. I want to be in something fun.
Yeah, for
And
sure, I agree.
what
My
about you?
okay, so my answer was not as fun, but
Mm.
I wouldn't want to play Jacob, which is played by Ryan Gosling in Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh,
But
good
the
movie.
yeah, good movie. I love that movie. But the only reason I wouldn't want to is so I can make sweet love to Emma Stone.
I was gonna say you just want to kiss.
I just wanted to jump on me and be like, "Yeah, I'm taking you to the bedroom, honey."
I think she's taller than you, so you might fall down.
Don't ruin my dreams. I don't ruin your
You know what? No,
dreams.
she's not. Because
Yeah,
she's
she's
like,
five foot
that's
three.
only if
She's
she puts
five
on a
three.
nice pair of high heels.
Exactly.
That's
And
all.
that's totally fine by me. She can wear the heels. It's fine. I'm all for the hooker heels. So that is my last question. And my
All right.
answer,
So my final
yes.
question is, what was your favorite episode from the season?
So my favorite episode is when we when we reviewed Imaginary Friend, just because the movie was so crazy. And I just remember us talking about it like off camera, just like, I don't know what's going on with this movie. It's just a hodgepodge of nonsense. It's like they had three ideas for a movie and they're just like, you know what, let's just mix them together,
Or
like
like they had one writer, he quit, they hired
they
another
had
one, and he didn't rewrite, he just picked up where
yeah,
that
right.
one
Yeah,
left off.
exactly. Because that's a great explanation. Because the movie has like three endings, and you're just like, I'm like, what's going on here? And then you're like, okay. I mean, it makes sense, kind of. It's a long fucking movie for making sense, but at the same
Oh,
time, I just remember
she
like,
was in it for the long game.
yeah, she
That
was.
was the long
And we
game.
we had to be there right with her because I'm all like, what's going on? What could happen now? What could happen now?
What's gonna happen next? Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. All right, what was your answer? What's your
So
favorite
mine
episode?
was semi-pro because we had
Oh
so
my
much fun
god.
laughing about all the silly things like the bear fighting
Oh my
and the
god,
corn
yeah.
dogs, and they don't even sell corn
Corn
dogs.
dogs. Yeah, that was great. I love that it took place in Michigan, where we're from. It was
Absolutely.
so good. I mean, it took
Or the
place.
dance number when they're practicing
Oh
that.
my gosh. And I love the song like "Get the Funk Out of My Face." Get the funk out of my face. And
Every
then
time he gets a chance.
yeah. Well, his song was it was what was it called? Sexy Love. And he's like, we're getting rainforest sweaty. And I'm all like, that's so good. I love this. I love it. So it's so good. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. All right, Vetta, that wraps up our questions and everything. Is there anything you want to say about our podcast of season 4 and everything before we head out and everything?
Um, yeah, guys, hit that subscribe button. Tell
Do
your
it.
friends. remind them to hit the subscribe
Yeah.
button because we know you're listening. The numbers don't
Yeah.
lie, unless YouTube's got some little scam where they're, making us think that we're
Which, why would they do that? That's so mean.
right.
That's
It doesn't benefit them much,
How funny would that be if they're just like, "I'll just make these losers like think that they're doing good."
Somebody's back there going, I got this one podcast. They've got like 4 listeners, and I'm pretty sure it's them just on multiple accounts. I don't even think their mom subscribes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's a lot.
Couple, throw them some listens. No subscribers.
Right,
right.
How great would that?
Listens. Like the hours of the listens are theirs, but no subscribers. Crazy. We gotta pay them if they get subscribers.
Right. I just want to say though, our mother does subscribe. She's sweet like
does.
that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, yeah, you guys subscribe because we our analytics, tells us that there's plenty of listeners. It's just you guys don't subscribe, weirdos. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to wrap this up, you guys. We just want to thank you guys so much for listening to season 4 of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. We really appreciate it and everything. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated on all our good shenanigans and everything, and our drink recipes. We got a bunch of those. If you listen to us on Apple Podcast or Spotify, please leave us a 5-star review. We really appreciate that, and it helps us out a lot, you guys. We'll be posting the video version of this to our YouTube channel as always. So be sure to subscribe, like we just mentioned, to that. And you can find us there at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. And we also have started a Patreon with plenty of different levels to suit anyone that is interested. And the link for that will be in the description down below, or you can just go to Patreon and type in BS Drunk Movie Reviews and you'll be able to find us. We are going to take a month-long break, so we will be back, in a month, and we will see you then. But until then, please don't forget, you guys, to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, you guys.
Bye, guys.